Caitlin Clark is playing a game. And there's this issue with her and Angel Reese. There's this, Caitlin Clark pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, Angel Reese pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese. Angel Reese does one of these LeBron flops and falls on the ground. I mean, she learned it from LeBron. Fall to the ground. And the next thing you know, DeMarcus like, oh my God, she's protected. Oh, it's all because she's white.
With a brutal takedown that could have been its own halftime performance, Patrick Bet-David just destroyed Angel Reese. Instead of simply answering, he detonated a truth bomb so large that there was no space for maneuver. To be clear, Angel Reese will not become Caitlin Clark with any amount of branding bluster or TikTok filters. Nor in numbers, nor in influence, and most definitely not in public opinion. If you thought WNBA drama had peaked, think again. This most recent conflict is akin to what would happen if reality TV chose to collaborate with SportsCenter to create a shot clock soap opera. It's uncensored and crazy. And now is the moment to act before Angel pulls out another publicity gimmick that sends the internet into a tailspin.
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
Angel Reese, part 37. Let's get it. She had the worst first quarter in human history. Started off with 3 in the key. How about it?
Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Don't forget the butter with the corn of the cob.
Did you say butter? Cause butter pecan. Bang! He's shooting 31% this year as a big man. When all your shots are layups. That's sad. Here we go. Bang! Me bound. One more time. Bang!
Before it collided with the mountain of fantasy, Patrick pulled the emergency cord on Angel Reese Hype's rogue train, which is what most basketball fans have been thinking but are keeping their mouths shut. Additionally, the timing is flawless. What started as a small-scale sports rivalry has grown into a full-fledged media circus, complete with political think pieces, Twitter altercations, racial hot takes, and ESPN celebrities sobbing into their ring lights. These days, we play in a basketball multiverse where tales are more important than statistics and the drama never stops. If you agree with Caitlin, leave a comment below that says baby goat over baby giraffe. Let's go.
Let's go. This is Angel Reese. Go ahead and play it. She needs a lot of attention. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot.
Yeah. Oh, what a move. Okay, so average WNBA viewership, okay, 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
For the underprivileged people who were unable to attend, Caitlin Clark broke the record for America's best jump shooter. Additionally, the sole WNBA player to earn millions of dollars again was participating in a typical, sweaty, high-stakes basketball match. Enter Angel Reese, who seemed to mistake it for WrestleMania. Angel is the blast of wind that topples the table and attributes it to the weather, whereas Caitlin is the league's breath of fresh air. The scene was prepared, the lights were shining, and the shove-flop moment arrived with enough performance to earn an Oscar nomination.
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark if she stays healthy. There's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, you know, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch, I know her. She's our meet. But you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do. Yeah. But Caitlin Clark came out the gates and you put up some.
This is what really transpired. Clark made a mistake. Nothing significant. But Angel chose to act like a movie star by pushing Clark's
2022,
volley and
Clark's
then falling to the
prowess
ground
came
as if
through in the
Thor's
clutch
hammer
for the
had
Hawkeye.
struck her. Even a soccer referee would have raised an eyebrow at the excessive theatricality. The drama in reality TV elimination shows has decreased, in my opinion. However, like gasoline on a blaze, this one play sparked the entire WNBA discourse.
Caitlin's hard foul, which turned into a flagrant on Angel Reese, which sparked all the things that we dealt with last season. And, you know, the league currently is investigating any racism that happened from the fans or anything that was said. It's almost as if we didn't learn from last year. That Twitter conversation turns into mainstream media conversation because the mainstream media still isn't quite hip to women's sports. They're not quite understanding this world, this game.
The conversation abruptly shifted away from basketball. All of a sudden, there was a respectable bias in the media regarding race and gender politics.
It's a
Anything
privilege
you
to
wanted
be
was
here in
included
Iowa,
the mix.
shooting around
What
with the
started
best
off
in the
as
college
a foul
game,
became a
and
political
learn more about how
manifesto.
she gets it done.
The hashtags were remembered, but the score was forgotten. Headlines were more important than hoops.
Okay, listen, y'all, this is what we've been waiting for. This is the letter for the investigation. Listen, in response to the WNBA's recently concluded investigation, they go on to say, we appreciate the swift and thorough process undertaken by the WNBA to investigate these allegations, which were not substantiated. At Gamebridge Fieldhouse, we are committed to providing the best possible basketball experience for players and fans.
Then Robert Griffin III, also known as RG3, a former NFL quarterback, ESPN analyst, and part-time Instagram philosopher, entered the picture. Brace yourself. He made the disastrous error of complimenting Caitlin Clark. Yes, he gave her compliments.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
Got to execute in the games a little bit better. We had a 7-point lead there and kind of crumbled a little.
Online warriors got ready for combat. Ryan Clark of ESPN then interrupted the debate to show me your marriage license. That's correct. Ryan claimed that because RG3 is married to a white woman, his assessment of Angel Reese was unfounded. Basketball abruptly became a sociology midterm. It seems that RG3 cannot give Clark credit unless his family tree meets specific requirements.
About RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom.
While this ridiculous distraction dominated social media, Angel Reese was performing so poorly that she should have been given a warning label. She missed more than a spam filter in your inbox, and the only thing that was consistent about her game that night was the bricklaying. However, the story somehow twisted to make Clark the problem. Clark is breaking records.
It's a privilege to be here in Iowa,
millions of
shooting
viewers
around with the
and
best in the
preventing
college game.
WNBA from flatlining Reese. She throws up bricks in theatrics and is referred to as a queen. She hits logo 3 ES, and she is privilege. We seem to be witnessing two distinct realities. One is determined by popularity contests, and the other by performance. Apparently, it's now debatable whether you can provide a strong enough post-game statement about sisterhood based on data, like shooting percentage and points assists.
Well, my goodness. Angel Reese is getting absolutely obliterated today for all kinds of reasons. Obviously, we're going to look at the backlash because now people are just flat calling it like they sees it. They're saying Angel Reese lied about a race hoax, just like Bubba Wallace, just like Jussie Smollett. And now, after the WNBA concluded their investigation and released the statement, people are demanding Angel Reese apologize to everybody.
In the meantime, Caitlin Clark keeps showing up, working hard, taking knocks, and nevertheless being blamed for the league's lack of success in 2095. She seems to have created the league's issues simply by being there and doing well. Then, in a dramatic twist, Brittany Griner enters the stage on the left. She complains because it's disturbing during what must have been a record-setting irony moment. Watching with all these new fans indeed, a professional athlete was fundamentally furious about her career being watched. Would you kindly send her a condolence latte? The fear of achieving success, all she desired was a peaceful afternoon game with her loved ones. However, the venues are suddenly packed, and Caitlin Clark is solely to blame for drawing that bothersome attention.
Because you're doing exactly what LeBron is doing, so.
Bitch.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
This is the offer. It wasn't Clark's intention to become the WNBA's trouble magnet. She registered to play basketball, but each time she takes the floor, she pulls a whole media narrative with her, much like a jet engine towing a broken airplane. Additionally, Angel reappears to be more eager to take risks and stir things up. Meanwhile, because of their love ties, ESPN has an internal dispute over who gets to discuss her. Patrick Bet-David's actions clarified the circus. He didn't hold back while using performative hashtags or keywords. He expressed what had to be expressed. People are watching full stop because of Caitlin Clark. Her shenanigans aren't being helped by Angel Reese. She is in pain. You can't create a league while taking cheap jabs at the competition, and you can't promote advancement on top of pettiness.
From Brittany. Every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there, watching on purpose. It's very disruptive. It's called the freaking game that they pay you money to play. Don't play the game. It's very disruptive.
If the idea of being watched while playing professional basketball seems unsettling to you, Brittany, there is a simple solution. Perhaps omit the bit about performing professionally in front of paid fans. The twist isn't very unexpected. It's part of the bargain to be seen. You're not snooping around at your cousin's barbecue in the backyard. Season tickets, TV cameras, social media clips, and, of course, millions of interested viewers. It's both a show and a sport. That is the actual gig. And just when it seemed like nobody in the room had the courage to speak up, Patrick Bet-David suddenly appeared, acting as the final adult in a toddler-filled daycare, equipped with resentful press passes and Twitter accounts as club owners anxiously reshuffle their equity holdings and WNBA executives stress while sipping matcha smoothies. PBD enters the scene with the clarity of a guy who has seen enough absurdity to declare it what it is, a circus. The clowns are also fully outfitted.
Want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills. Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is my? I don't even know my salary.
Clark is a force of nature, which is the linguistic equivalent of a full-court buzzer beater to the face, then arrived. Angel Reese, the elephant in the locker room, had a scary field goal percentage of 22.7%, which Bet-David pointed out. It's not just off, are we certain? The hoop is awful. Did you unintentionally download a terrible bricklaying simulator? They're known as the Ghostbusters. Bad. This rim is haunted. Let's dissect that. You might still outshoot if you performed the cha slide in fuzzy socks, covered your eyes, and threw the ball behind your back 3 times. Angel Reese, good night. Not only is the resume inaccurate, a restraining order has been filed. While her peers are busy writing angry messages accusing the fans and launching jumpers with all the attention, Caitlin Clark is out there breaking records, increasing TV ratings, selling out venues, and trending across numerous platforms. Aim of a cat wearing a blindfold. This is a logic issue rather than a league issue. Not because they are cheering Caitlin down, though some obviously are, but rather because her presence is the sole reason the league is in the spotlight in the first place. If you take her away, it's crickets. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would be similar to The Office without Michael Scott. Though technically still alive, I'm deeply confused.
In a recent interview claiming that Caitlin Clark is ruining what used to make the WNBA great. Wait for this.
Empty stands?
Tom, let me just...
Go ahead, I'm so mad.
WNBA games used to be a chill, quiet place. You could bring your laptop and relax, maybe even get a little work done. But now, it's like there's a large gathering of people watching us from the stands. Some of them are yelling crazy shit about what they're seeing, putting unfair pressure on us to score.
As if she had struck a buzzer beater in the finals, Angel Reese is out here demanding bouquets. I understand that confidence is essential, but perhaps save more money than you think before expecting a florist to name a rose after you. And this is where it becomes incredibly disorganized. I want to say I've earned everything I have, but as a white person I have privilege, Caitlin Clark famously remarked. A self-aware moment, perhaps a delayed clap, or a comment that should have gained her respect rather, it caused her to be humiliated by those who profess to advocate for equality. Because who is dominating, not dominance itself, is the true problem here. Being a white elite in a league that is currently engaging in identity politics, as if it were a second sport, causes controversy all of a sudden. Let's face it, Clark didn't simply appear. Instead of uniting, she brought with her ticket sales sponsors and the kind of publicity that networks aspire to. Because of that momentum, some WNBA players are evicting themselves from their own league by acting as though she is the new landlord. Brittany Greer claims that the atmosphere is poisonous. Ryan Clark determines that because his wife is white, RG3 is mute. Jamal Hills is attempting to position Angel Reese as Jordan and Twitter's second coming. Clark's praise is being treated by Twitter like a colonial land grab.
I'm going off of skill, for my opinion. And I'm not gonna lie to you. This woman actually worked out in the off season. This woman was only concerned about press and her podcast. You could tell who put in the work in the off season. I'm not saying it for nothing else besides that, just skill.
This is a reality check. They would describe Caitlin Clark as humble if she were quiet and unremarkable. No one would bat if Angel Reese were scoring triple-doubles with 40 points. Observing her volume, however, we live in a different world now, where criticism is viewed as treachery and star power is perceived as a threat rather than a blessing. We are witnessing a league that is more intolerant of winning than of losing, where there is little humility and where division is growing more quickly than trade speculations prior to the deadline. Patrick wagers that David pushed through the justifications and said more than just what had to be said. Caitlin Clark is not Angel Reese. More significantly, she lives in a different hemisphere. Her name isn't Michael Jordan. In all honesty, without the rebounds, she isn't even Dennis Rodman. Nothing will change until Angel understands that the WNBA only owes her a box score. A shift the uniform does not equate to respect. It has outcomes. Give more attention to your game than to your following. Want the attention? Get it. Get the headline. Get the respect. Don't simply ask for it. You deserve it.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
Listen, man, and again, I will emphasize this every day of the week, twice on Sunday. I love my people. I love black people. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary, because everybody's trying to make this about a, come on, black man, protect the sisters, brother. This ain't racial. This is about sports.
Additionally, Caitlin Clark's entire story of luxury is a smokescreen. She has earned everything. The fans, contracts, statistics, and regrettably, jealousy as well, since let's face it, without her, this league would be playing in half-empty gyms. If she recovers from her injury and plays casually, drops an additional 30, prepare yourself, because the comparisons will only become more desperate and the drama will only grow messier. The bottom line is as follows. Caitlin Clark has ability that transcends generations. Angel Reese creates a lot of noise. A distinction exists.
46%.
If the WNBA believes it can ride the drama wave while ignoring its one true appeal, then congrats. One elevates the league, the other clogs the debate. They've learned the mediocrity playbook. Earn equality if you want to be the center of attention. Otherwise, don't be surprised when Angel Reese continues to complain and Caitlin Clark continues to win people over. If you agree with Caitlin, please leave a comment below that says baby goat over baby giraffe. Like, subscribe, and enable all alerts so you don't miss anything.
Guys, Caitlin's cooking. I'm talking about Martha Stewart, Gordon Ramsay cooking. She is cooking everybody in the WNBA right now. If you don't know Caitlin, here's a little backstory on her. She went to Iowa. She graduated from Iowa. She has the most points scored for a women's college basketball player ever. Not to mention, she has the most points scored out of any man ever in college basketball history.